everyone, welcome back to Saturday Morning Toy Tunes, the weekly live stream here on my channel, in which we all gather around on modern day campfires of our iPhone monitors and computer screens and talk about everything that happened in the week in geek. I am Terry Smith, the host of the show, and I am kinda late. And I say kinda because for the last 30 minutes I've been putting on a show, and it was a hell of a show, but y'all didn't notice it because 2 weeks in a row now I've forgotten to hit go live twice on StreamYard. So apologies for everybody in the chats who's been sitting there waiting and not answering any of my questions and not responding to any of my extremely witty banter, which was really on fire today. Yeah, believe it or not, that's not entirely true. And I've already done everything. I've done so much. I've answered questions that were brought up in the chat. We've talked about my hair. I did 3 strikes. I've gone through so much stuff. I've talked about Sideshow's announcements, and oh my god, I'm just losing it. I'm just losing it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this music and take it all the way back to the top because this has been some. Oh, all right, let's start this again. Yeah, weekly live stream here on my channel. Talk about things that happen in the week in geek. Additionally, in about 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes or so, I'm going to be showcasing a segment that I like to call 3 Strikes, in which I don't want to say randomly, but just subjectively pick some photographs that people have taken of their poses over on the Poser Posse Facebook group. And yeah, it's usually 3 per week, but I haven't done this segment in so long that I just went back about 4, 5, 6 weeks and pulled everything that just really jumped out at me. So this is going to be an extra long segment of 3 Strikes that I showcase here in 30, 45 minutes, something like that. Additionally, at the top of the next hour, now that I'm 30 minutes behind, it's not going to be until 11 o'clock, I'm going to be unboxing and showcasing this guy right here. Finally got the green light to do this, so I'm good to go. Let's see what else. I also want to talk about a few things. Obviously, Deadpool and Wolverine came out. Let's try to keep, for those of you who've seen it, let's try to just forbid any sort of spoilerific comments, and let's just talk about how awesome it was, because it was really, really super awesome. I'll just say it was super fun. I wasn't blown away by it, but it was really, I had a good time with it. I know that my friends that I was with, Keith and Allie Lee, they had a really good time, and I've seen a lot of comments from people saying the same thing. Yeah, so that's been pretty. It was pretty fun. So go see Deadpool and Wolverine. You're gonna enjoy it. In about a week or 2 here, I'm gonna open up the floodgates on spoilerific comments here. So you've got 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks. That's my not a moratorium. What do they call that? Embargo. There's a 2-week embargo on spoilers in this chat, and your comments will be deleted if you try to spoil it for anybody. So anything else I want to talk about? Yeah, I've already queued up on Facebook here. I'm sorry, on YouTube here. I've already got queued up a bunch of stuff from Sideshow. So we're going to showcase a lot of the reveals that happened during Sideshow Con. There's a lot of great Star Wars stuff, a lot of great Marvel stuff. Sideshow has a Cad Bane premium format coming down the pipe that I really want to talk to people about. There's also a close-up video of the Pirates of the Caribbean that I'm going to highlight here coming up in a few minutes, after I say hello to everybody. Oh god, there's so many great Star Wars figure videos here. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good time going through all this. I'm just gonna look and see can I even do shorts? Yeah, there's some cool shorts going on here. Not many though. Trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, I wanted to bring up, if you're not aware, Time Bandits fans, the classic Terry Gilliam film Time Bandits has been rebooted by none other than Taika Waititi as a show on Apple TV+. And I've watched the first 2 episodes, and it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. I've never been a Time Bandits fan. That was early Terry Gilliam, and I think that a lot of his early stuff wasn't really cohesive. There were elements that he needed to work on. A lot of the dialogue was almost incomprehensible to me back then. Maybe it's because I didn't have as much experience with English accents. Yeah, it's really fun. Taika Waititi himself is playing the Supreme Being. I can't remember the actor's name, the one who plays Vladislav, or Vlad in What We Do in the Shadows, is playing the unpleasantness? What's he call himself? The bad guy, the supreme evil, or whatever you want to call him. But it's great. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. And Lisa Kudrow's in it. So if you're a Lisa Kudrow fan, who is, by the way, 60, that's some crap. Anyway, moving right along here. Let's go ahead and check out who's here today. I'm going to go back and go through all this again. Oh, extreme. I almost said vertigo, but what I really meant was deja vu here. Universal Key, in an unusual display of promptness, was the first one out of the gate today. So good morning, Universal Key. Thanks for joining us. Usually it's one of the two Steves who I've noticed down the pipe here are also here. Bitter Troll next up, after me, of course. But next up, yeah, Bitter Troll. You can count on me. I can always count on you. Bambi Killer. I had a little walk with Dobby this morning where we went to the park, and as soon as we parked, right away there's a tree like right next to my car, and a deer peeked its head up from behind the tree. I was like, oh, sorry, didn't see you there. But there were 3 of them, tiny deer, about waist high to me, even though one of them actually was sprouting little antler buds. And Dobby, in a uncharacteristic display of restraint, didn't go crazy. But I took a photograph of them, posted on Facebook, and immediately Bitter Troll is just like, what did you say? Who's hungry? Bambi Killer. I am not a fan of hunting of any kind. It started with being dead against big game hunting, which I just think is abhorrent, and a testament to the character of those who actually perform it, or the lack thereof. But I've actually extended that position on big game hunting to include all hunting. I'm of the opinion that back in the day, this is something we did back in the day in order to eat, because that's the only way we could survive, was to hunt for our food. But now we don't have to do that. Food is affordable and abundant, and there's no need to go out into the woods and hunt for things to kill. So yeah, I'm sorry, I have a very firm position on that. And I have many friends who hunt, and they're well aware of this. They're well aware of this. I'm not shy about it. I'm not hateful, but I'm just like, it's just a thought. We can talk about it, but really, why are you doing this? Let's just examine this. Why do you do this? Steve Nara's here. What's up, dude? Hope you're not working today. I feel like I've had a rehearsal for this. This track is pure Phil Collins. Can't you just hear his voice over it? Come on. Linda's here, maybe still here. She might have had to bail to go see Deadpool. Again, I'm sorry for being late like that. Thanks for hanging in there, all of you who did. I'm sure that many people actually said screw it and left, but yeah, well, who can blame you, right? Yeah, 16 people in the chats. It's never been that low. Not since I first did this, I think. Steve131 is also here. What's up, dude? All the way from across the big pond. You were in San Diego in 1998. That was a long time ago. Are you older than I think you are, or were you just a kid at the time? Both? Bad Wolf Media is here. What's up, dude? Oh, yeah. Hit me up with the time for Santana tonight. Yeah, because I kind of want to know. Because I'm thinking about bailing early on my dinner plans. I have to meet my friends at 6 for dinner, but I'm thinking if I can get out of there like 7:30 or so, then I can make it there by 8. So if Santana starts after 8 or even around 8, then yeah, even if I show up for just part of the set, I would really like to see the great Carlos Santana perform live once before he dies. Or before I die. That's not a guarantee that he's going to beat me to it. Am I the only one who wants to run my fingers in Terry's hair? I kind of want to do now, man. It's like it's a little bit tangled, but not bad. They recently had a brush run through it. I have a new product that I bought for my beard, but I'm actually putting it in my hair now too. It's an oil, so my hair legitimately smells like sandalwood, which is never a bad thing. It's nice and subtle. It's not like in your face, but and like, you're not gonna like smell me when I walk by. But if you bury your face in my hair, maybe that's what you should be doing. Don't run your fingers through it. Just bury your face in it, dude. Go all in. Forget about that whole homophobia thing. No one's gonna think any less of you. Just when you see me, just bury your face in my hair. Sorry, Steve. Yeah, a lot of my friends who are follically challenged, they're not terribly... It's not like anger, but there's almost like a passive aggressivism that comes to it when I bring up my hair. So I'm really careful about talking about it, except for just now, obviously, but somebody else brought it up, so why not? I don't mean it in like a creepy, sexy way. Man, just let it go. Just let it flow. Don't let it go. Let it flow. Be creepy and sexy. I'm not offended. It won't affect me at all. I remember there was a dude that I worked with at Trader Joe's back in the day. His name was Aaron. And he sexually harassed the hell out of me. Slapping my ass, telling me repeatedly about how I needed to have sex with a guy and I needed for that guy to be him. It was incessant up until the day that I left. And it didn't bother me at all. I was just like, I took it in the spirit that in which it was given, and I was like, yeah, all right. Whatever. Now, that's not to downplay or marginalize the concerns that women have with being sexually harassed in the workplace. I feel like women need to be concerned about being sexually harassed in the workplace. It's unacceptable and it should never happen. And they need to be afraid. They should be afraid of dudes who are willing to act like this in the workplace. And dudes who do this kind of shit, let it go, man. There's a time and a place, and work's not it. There's a time and a place for sexual harassment, and work's not it. There's never a time and a place for sexual harassment, but there's time for, I guess there might be time for flirting here and there. There's a great, Levian Satanism has a great rule concerning flirting and whatnot, and it has something to do, I wish I could quote it, but I can't. But it's essentially like, don't try to have sex with a woman unless she gives you some kind of a mating signal. I don't know what that mating signal is. And I'm pretty sure that that's it. Yeah. Unless you're 100% certain that a woman's into you, leave her alone, man. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. John Galgano is your Star Wars show. Glad to see you here. Rob Perisho is also here. So many great reveals this week. We're going to show off a few of them. I don't think that ESB Chewie came up in the video that I have here from Sideshow, but maybe in an earlier one. I guess you're talking about my hair again? It's another. I'm having a good hair day, guys, and I think that it's this new oil. Maybe I should... God, I can smell it in my mustache, and it smells really, really good. Seriously. Should I just get it? Hang on, let me go get it. Okay, get that in focus there. It is Fellowship brand. It's got a big B on the front of it. And it's the Sandalwood Musk Beard Oil. Applied twice daily for shine, growth, and maximum beard care. And what I do is I just put some of it on my fingers, run it through my beard, and then the residue I just kind of like rub in my hands and put through my hair, and that kind of also gives it a nice scent. But it includes, the ingredients are sweet almond oil, apricot kernel oil, castor oil, jojoba oil? Is it jojoba or jojoba or jojoba? I don't even know. Coconut oil and fragrance oils, whatever the hell that means. I did some checking, and it adds, all these oils are non-toxic to dogs. So, Dobby is safe. Dobby can still give me kisses. I hope Chewie means Han is in our future, but not holding my breath. Han is in our future, but don't hold your breath. Yeah, both of those things are true. Well, one of those things is true, and the other one is a good policy, at the very least. But yeah, I think that Han is in our future. But the thing of it is, and I've talked about this before on the channel, on the show, but pretty sure that it's that Han, as with all the original trilogy characters, they don't have to release them tomorrow. And I think that the reason it's taking, we go a follow-up with Rob Perisho, they're just torturing us with Han content. I don't think it's likeness issues. I don't think it's likeness rights. I don't think it's having to pay. They can probably pay out of pocket given the amount of money that Hot Toys makes. But I think they really want to get it right. Same reason they took their time with Chewie, and I think they've got a pretty good-looking Chewie there. It's definitely several steps above what they'd released before. And they took their time, they got it right, and I think the results prove that. So hopefully that's what they're doing with Han. Maybe they're trying to get that, maybe they want to release it as an artisan piece as well, so they're trying to get that perfect head of hair of his right. That's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one to do with rooted hair, with woolen hair. So I think that's why Han is not with us yet. Once they've got it perfected, then they'll announce it, but not before. However, I do feel like Chewie means that they're close. Figurassic Park is here. Ahmed, what's up, dude? Did I get it right that time? I feel like I did. Coworker just called Droidicus roly-poly ones. I'll allow it. It's accurate. AJ Agrusa and his beard are here. What do you use in your beard? Who loves it when men talk hair care? Step up. Yes and no. It's shipping soon. Full disclosure, this isn't mine. Battery dead, gotta hit the silk. Sorry, Steve131, that you missed the show due to my complete idiocy. I'm so sorry. And this is where we were when I went live. Okay, cool. Right on. We got 25 viewers now, so that's cool. That's actually more normal. Once we hit 30, I think we'll have the average. So sorry for that again, guys. Now we're finally caught up to where I was. So everything after this is new. And not a repeat for me. That would be a sight to behold. Marlon Braswell has joined us. Very cool. I was wondering if you forgot to turn on the camera. Yeah, if that ever happens again, feel free, any of my friends who actually have my phone number, text me and let me know. Yeah. I mean, I'm not putting the ball in your court. I'm not making you responsible for my idiocy, but yeah. He was chasing the deer around the yard trying to hug them. That's actually more accurate. I would probably do that. I'm not a tree hugger, but I am a deer hugger. I used to be a tree hugger. Now I'm like a whale hugger. Yes. Yes, that's probably something I could use. Shadow Wolf Media, one assumes... Who did you used to be? You've had many, I feel like you've had many names, and I can't remember what the earlier ones were, but yeah. Welcome back, man. Been way too long. My life got crazy. I'm preparing to purchase Hot Toys 1/6 scale Star Wars Clone Wars Clone Trooper Shiny. Yeah, cool. Did they do a shiny version of that? I don't remember the shiny version, but I know there was a white version. So if that's the one you mean, I've got a couple of those, and they are great. So congratulations. 30-minute dress rehearsal. Your poses will face judgment from the Grandmaster of Posing. Wait, my poses will face judgment from the Grandmaster of Posing? Who is the Grandmaster of Posing? I honestly don't know who that is. Yeah, yeah, again, Shadow Wolf, love it to pieces, dude. Love it to pieces. Spoiler for Deadpool Wolverine credits, it has credits at the end. Oh, God. Yeah, it was a refreshing show. I want to see a video of Terry chatting with our chat while we were waiting for him. Actually... Okay, I don't think it actually starts recording until you go live. But I think this all does get recorded on StreamYard. What? Yeah, how did you got invited to the you know, I have no idea how you get these cool things happen to you, man, but they do. By the way, I haven't had breakfast, so I'm having little Debbie's Swiss cake rolls. The extra large version. Some of the chocolate broke up. Best part. Oh, you know what? The thing of it is, it's not that I don't care about the GI about the G.I. Joe stuff if somebody brought it to my attention, but I don't seek it out. Yeah, Mitchell, a lot of people love Time Bandits. As I got older and watched it again, I can appreciate it. I think a lot of it was... I think a lot of the appreciation that some people have for it is kind of dependent on being there in the time period that it was released and also being a particular age. I remember a guy that I used to go to school with. His name was Phil. And every time Time Bandits came up in conversation, he would do the same thing. He would do a very bad rendition of Me and My Shadow, which that rendition in Time Bandits of Me and My Shadow was a very bad rendition of Me and My Shadow. So imagine like a few variations removed. It was really, really bad. Watching Phil do that did not do any favors for the show. Did not make anybody want to watch it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you had a gif of the grill, yeah. I only hunt the natural egg naked, covered in mud, and with my bare hands. I have never killed anything and keep getting arrested. I think we have an early winner of the funniest thing that I've heard all day. And yeah, good job. What's up, Nomar? Is that like Namor's evil brother? God, I hope that's not your real name. If so, I didn't mean to mock your real name. Welcome. I have no problem with those who hunt as long as they're using the game and not just sport hunting. For me, though, I don't want to sit in a tree at 4 a.m. in December. I was engaged once to a woman whose father and uncle were avid hunters, supposedly. Never once killed anything. Essentially, all that they were doing was going out and standing in a tree stand all day and drinking beer. Like, you can just do that at home, dude. Yeah, Santana's going to be cool, but it's not going to be nearly as cool as Red Hot Chili Peppers on Tuesday, right, Mike? That's going to be great. Never seen them. That's a bucket list. Flea used to be one of my regular customers at the wine shop, so, yeah. No, just on my head, dude. Yeah, just this hair. Yeah, that's been coming up a lot. It's been coming up in public, just strangers, and it's been coming up in YouTube comments, and or at least one YouTube comment. And yeah, it's fun. Santana's a living legend who doesn't live up to expectations but exceeds. All right, that's exciting. I feel like his kind of music, a lot of times stuff that gets recorded, you get these great artists who are like amazing guitar players, for instance, or amazing vocalists. And I'm thinking of, when I say vocalist, I'm thinking of Beth Hart. And if you don't know who that is, then look up Beth Hart Live on YouTube. Broken and Ugly is a good track to listen to. A live version of Broken and Ugly would be a good one. I'm trying to think of something else. But she's just amazing. But I'd imagine Santana to be the same thing. When an artist is recorded outside of the live scenario, the free-flowing, the free-form nature of the live music scenario, then they're kind of constrained. Because they have to keep doing the same thing over and over again when they're doing multiple takes. And that kind of, it loses a bit of its appeal. It's like recordings of jazz. It's all good, but it's not the same as watching jazz live. What has you more excited from the avalanche of new announcements and reveals? Grievous. Hands down. More than Chewbacca, I have to admit. I'm really excited for that Grievous. I really can't wait. I'm fairly certain that I'll move forward and get the Chewbacca figure. I don't know for sure. I'm very limited. At the very least, I'll place a pre-order for it and see where it goes from there. I know that I talked about it at one point. Did I talk about it in this version of the show, in the pregame, in the warm-up? Yeah, I delved into... I read LaVey's Satanic Bible back in high school. I was still a card-carrying Christian at the time, and frankly, some of it scared the hell out of me. No longer affects me. Freedom! The current crop of the current Church of Satan is fine. I appreciate what they're trying to do. I think some of the ways that they go about it are kind of laughable, and just kind of intentionally petulant. It's kind of dull, but I get what they're doing, and I appreciate. I think that they could probably be doing it better, though. Be more mature. Bro, it's totally on Amazon. Yeah, it's totally on Amazon. Look for that. Fellowship brand. There we go. Focus, focus, focus. And again, it's the sandalwood oil. Or sandalwood musk beard oil. Love it. Good stuff. I think it was like 16 bucks. Maybe. It'll last a good long while. Hello, I'm new here. What's up, AJ Smithy? We have something in common. Those 5 letters in the middle of your name. Is that Thor? Yeah, it is Thor. It's a solid artwork of Thor. Who did that? It's really cool. Did I get Thor in? No, it was Daredevil. I got a Daredevil omnibus in recently, thanks to my friend Brendan for bringing it to my attention that it was out. It was the first omnibus of Chip Zdarsky's run on Daredevil, which I only had the first 2 hardcovers for because they severely limited the 3rd. Bastards. Bastards. Primetime Reviews is here from Rhode Island. What's up, dude? It's gonna rain here. Oh, that's gonna be a drag. I'm glad Dobby and I took our park walk early because it's gonna start raining at around 2. And at noon, I need to get out to my car and roll the windows up. I always leave the windows down in my car, in the driveway, during the day because it's a black car with black leather seats, and I sweat at the drop of a hat. So I can't abide that shit, man. I can't get into the car and just have a black seat. Just, I'm one of those guys that you see with a sweat stain going down his back if he wears something that's not black. Very irritating. Let's see. I'm super happy to see. Dude, I swear to God, I thought that you said super horny. Gotta get this prescription checked to see if they do Chewie. I got my Dark Empire Luke, my favorite incarnation. Did you get it or you ordered it? Huh, Return of the Jedi, huh? Now I will need to lay it to put them together. Okay, I gotcha. That's really, really cool. I am not gonna be ordering that Darth Vader. I just don't trust the I want it so badly, but I just have to be careful with how I spend my money, and I don't trust the torn fabric to behave, or I don't trust myself to behave around the torn fabric. I did. Okay, that's good to know. Spell my name however you want, Terry. Say my name while brushing that magical hair. Don't tempt me. That'll be next week on the show. I'll make sure I have a hairbrush at the desk, and I'll go ahead and try that. Ahmed. Is that twice? Wow. Finally happened. I should get a bad night's sleep more often. Maybe that's it. I use 4 products myself. Duke Cannon's beard shampoo to help tame down frizziness. Then I use Natural Viking beard shampoo for cleaning. That's interesting. That's interesting. Natural Viking beard shampoo. What is that? Then Natural Viking beard. Is Natural Viking the name of the company? Is that the brand? I'll look into that. And Natural Viking beard oil and beard balm. Yeah, I don't have any balm in it today. But I actually questioned that, so thanks for bringing that up. It is okay to use beard oil and beard balm at the same time. They don't... It's not like crossing the streams or anything like that. Scents change from time to time. I used to do this one from Beard Brand that was, that smelled like a sawmill. It smelled like sawdust. I loved it, but I ran out of it recently and I needed to replace it with something, and this one. I'm not gonna lie, actually the reason I saw this short by, it was a short of Jennifer Aniston talking about, I think, one of her first times at the Oscars where she took a friend of hers who like had nothing to do with Hollywood, and they were just running rampant around at the bars and everything like that, and instead of actually sitting down at the show at the tables, they were like going to the bar and everything, and they saw Brad Pitt, and J-Law's friend was like, go talk to him, and she was like, hey, Brad Pitt, and apparently they went up and talked to him, and she was like, he smelled like sandalwood, and I'm like, I want to smell like sandalwood. So that's my pathetic reason for wanting to buy a sandalwood scented beard product. I just pre-ordered the new Deadpool and Wolverine. Awesome. Which version did you get of Wolverine? I understand that there are 2. My Marvel collecting days are done, so I actively avoid diving too much into them until I get them for review for first looks. Mostly because the temptation is too strong. It's too strong. I mentioned I would like to see someone do a David Warner incarnation of Evil figure, statue, etc. from that movie. That would be fun. That would be fun. I was intending to skip the Cobra Rattler HasLab. They're doing a Cobra Rattler HasLab? Shut up! Oh! Well, I skipped the Hiss Tank. I suppose I could escape the Rattler. Man, still. That's good for you, man. That's good for you. Wow. I remember seeing Time Bandits in college because one of my roommates was a huge Monty Python and Brit fan. Do you remember? I'm just gonna go back. There was that great episode of the comic book where Ace in, I can't remember the name of the Joe version of the F-14, went head to head. Like the entire issue was a battle between Ace in his jet, and I think that Scarlet was in the co-pilot seat, and I can't remember who was in. I think that the Baroness was in the co-pilot seat of the Rattler, but I can't remember who was piloting it. But it wound up in a draw. Like, just they're launching missiles at each other left and right. They're tearing the shit out of each other's planes, and they both wind up at the end. They run out of ammunition, and they just salute each other and fly off. It's a great issue, great issue. Almost as good as Silent Interlude. I remember seeing Time Bandits in college because one of my roommates was a huge Monty Python and Brit fan. Yeah, that's I came to it independently, but yeah, I think a lot of people probably found their way there that way. Terry, did you see that PF Thrawn? Was it a Sideshow PF? Is Sideshow doing a PF of Thrawn? Nobody tells me nothing, but it wouldn't surprise me. That'd be right up their alley. Mitchell Lawrence, Hot Toys Terminator 2, Jungle Chrono Predator, and ESP Chewbacca are all coming home. They're redoing the Jungle Hunter Predator? See, I got so caught up in work that I was doing for Sideshow, I didn't have time to watch the shows. Battle Damage Vader is very sexy. Unstuck in Time, Trapped in Time, Surrounded by Evil, Low on Gas is legitimately my Facebook bio. Yeah. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Gina? Always good to see you here. As stellar as he is as a guitarist, watching Carlos work as a band leader is sublime. See, I would never would have made that connection, but you just had to wave it. Come on, man. Leave the Light On was my intro to Beth. Yeah, not my favorite track. I like her rockers more than anything, and I like her live. She has very few studio recordings that I genuinely enjoy listening to. I mean, I can probably count them all on one hand. And they're all from the same album. It's, yeah, it's, she's so great. The first time I ever heard of her, I saw her live opening for someone. I can't even remember who right now. Edwin McCain. She opened for Edwin McCain. And she was still on the drugs at that point and just came out barefoot, pair of what do they call them? I want to say, they weren't like yoga pants. I don't even think yoga pants were a thing then, because this would have been the late 90s. And a bikini top. And she just came out by herself, no band, and just sat down at a piano and started playing. And damn, girl's got a voice like the bastard offspring of Janis Joplin and Aretha Franklin. Amazing. I was starstruck and in love. The Chewbacca likeness is incredible. Empire Strikes Back is my Star Wars bread and butter. Yeah, I think that's a common theme among Star Wars fans. Let's see. How am I doing on? Okay, cool. 10:30, almost time. In the Transformers G.I. Joe Triple T tank with Sarge and Leatherneck. Man, that could be fun. I'm glad you guys are in. I'm glad you guys have a place to talk about that here. Ooh. That's a really good question. Although, as I recall, maybe I've looked at the figure too often, but aren't the tattoos on Drax raised even on the character? Not sure. Oh, it too? All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope so. That would be something. Drax could use a do-over. I had the figure, and I I was able to make it look good in photography. And it was fine. Ugh. Cults freak me out. But yeah, I get it. Not sure how many followers I would have. Natural Viking is my brand here, a local Michigan company who I found on my Renfest, but they have a webpage too. I've used both. Okay, that's interesting. I'll check them out. My usual policy is to screen grab the comment. Nice. Okay. Yeah, you don't need to be every day, right? My thoughts on the Joker Dark Knight Artisan. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. But I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it because it's not really in my collecting wheelhouse. All my devotion, the devotion of all my thoughts to that figure will be totally limited to when it is here and I'm making a first look of it. I will wait until then. I mean, the only things that I think about before I get them in hand for first looks are things that I definitely want to own, that I pre-order myself. And superhero stuff is no longer, I can no longer afford to get it, so I don't allow myself to think about it too much until it actually gets here. Keith Lee got one. Oh. I will say that I was actually genuinely surprised that it happened, because I didn't recall that one being terribly popular. But we'll see how it goes. Got the Deluxe Wolverine, the Special Edition Deadpool. That's it. Ace in the Star Striker, Wild Weasel in the Rattler, an almost silent episode. Yeah, man, it was great. Just nothing but... Yeah, the guns in those things, man. I mean, I don't know if you've ever like sat down and on YouTube and brought up videos of A10 Warthogs doing attack runs with that infamous Gatling gun that they have in the nose. That thing has a sound you will never forget. I can't imagine being on the business end of it. I can't imagine. You probably wouldn't have time to hear it. Yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like, right? And I'm here for it. I mean, I'm the guy that's just like, give me more Chrome clones. I'm all in. Yeah. So anything like that, anything that elevates the hobby and elevates the art form, I'm here for. So yeah, bring it. Yeah, Beth, she got a little tame. She got off the drugs. I think she found Jesus. And then she found John Bonamassa, which I think seeing them live together might have been fun. I never got to, because John Bonamassa is freaking amazing. Oh, it was Lady J? Okay. Nice. Yeah, good issue all the way around. I gave all my G.I. Joe issues away to a guy that I worked with. My wife was leaning on me to downsize my collectibles, and I usually did everything my wife wanted me to do, except she wanted me to stop collecting Hot Toys. Yeah, it's fun. It fits. It fits my personality. I mean, most of the time, I almost never listen to music like this except during the show, but I do appreciate it. I think it's fun. Almost time. So Terry, I'm considering getting a Return of the Jedi Vader to put up with Imperial Praetorian Guard. I feel like they would make sense with him maybe as his guard. Emperor has top guys. Hey man, it's your display. Do what you want. yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it would look great. I'm trying to think of anything canonical that would support that, or not support it. I couldn't wait for Sideshow for Cad Bane, so I bought a custom oh, okay, well that comment's got to go away. I'm sorry, dude. I'm surprised that none of the moderators has made it go away. Because we don't talk about customs on this channel. I'm sorry. It's yeah, that's part and parcel with my employer. So should have read that before I brought it up. Worked around them for years in Idaho, flew the F-15 as well. Get the fuck out of here, man. You had my dream job when I was a kid. Seriously, like seriously, man, that F-15. I've got a 1/72nd scale model of it here, of one of them here. I have like a row of like jets that had played some kind of an important role from actual squadrons that had some deeper meaning to me in my life. I've got a 15, I've got a 14 from the aircraft carrier from the squadron from the aircraft carrier my cousin was based on. I've got an F-16 from the squadron in Springfield that is now defunct, Springfield, Illinois. I'm trying to think of what else I've got. I don't have an A-10, although I really want one. I just haven't found an A-10 in that scale that I really like. Oh, that's rad. Ah, dude, that's fun. Yeah, I do just collect Star Wars now, and I'm limited on the Star Wars that I collect. I legitimately only do, and I'm not a completist. I do selections from Clone Wars, and I do selections from the TV shows. And I'm not even sure how long I'm going to stick with the TV shows. Depends on how steady they are with the Clone Wars releases, because right now they're just out of control with the Clone Wars stuff, and that might be where I have to limit myself. Idaho and Middle East. Got to fly and pilot the F-15 Strike Eagle as thanks for the time served. Oh, that's wicked. That's, man, what an honor. We did the Star Fox takeoff and so much more. Best day of my life. Broke the sound barrier and threw up 7 times. Way to man up, dog. That's awesome. Way to own it. Okay, so let's go ahead and skip on over to... Three Strikes, right? Yeah, let's do some Three Strikes. Except I haven't done it in so long that I've forgotten how.
3 poses enter, none of them leave. This is 3 Strikes.
Alright, dudes, so let's go ahead and move on to 3 Strikes. First up, and we've got several here, so this is going to take a minute. But the first one up is going to be... this one, of Johnny Silverhand, I guess his name is, right? From Khaled Al-Dasari? Sorry, Khaled. Man. Yeah, I dig this for many, many reasons. First of all, it's kind of tough to pull off a pose like this with a 6 scale figure at the best of times, but the inclusion of the 6 scale couch, don't know where you got that, but it's got to be cool. And just, this is me. This is legitimately me. I do this. This is me, like, kick back with my own guitar on my couch periodically. Although it's been a while since I played my guitar. Almost did last night, but I wound up reading instead. Good thing I did, because it had been a while, and I think I'd almost forgotten how. So nice job with that, Colette. I also just enjoy the background there. I'm not sure if that's practical, or if you just had some sort of a... I'm not sure what's going on with that background. First of all, how it was generated. Is it a print background behind there? Is this a composite? Oh, now I'm looking there and it does look like there's some masking going on here. So yeah, that would fit, that would track. But moving right along, next up is this great stuff of the Imperial Stormtrooper Commander and the Artillery Stormtrooper from The Mandalorian. And props to Cody R. Soli for doing this, because that's not an easy pose to hit with that Artillery Stormtrooper. I can make a few notes on that, but I'm not going to. I think that it's brave and it looks really, really cool. I love the way that they're interacting with each other. I love that you thought to have him, the commander, actually holding the next mortar shell for the Artillery Stormtrooper to fire. Great stuff there. Coming right over here, this is one of my favorites for the week. because every single one of these poses is like on point for some next level Guardians of the Galaxy marketing. Just look how chill everybody is. Look how nice and relaxed and natural everybody looks in these poses. Really, really loving all of them. The Gamora one standing there kind of tall and proud. Nebula just like casually leaning on, oh fuck, I'm forgetting names of characters here. That is just so wrong. But, God, Yondu. And then, yeah, just everybody's just looking really, really super slick. But the best one, my favorite, is look what he did with Drax. Super natural, super casual. I mean, just not giving a shit and just looking dumb and awesome. I mean, everybody else can see that, right? Not just me? No? And I don't know where you got this Zargnut package. That might be custom, but I'm going to allow it just because, well, for obvious reasons. John Cordwell with this amazing Spider-Man black and red suit pose. That's great stuff. I don't know if that's balanced on its own, but if it is, props to you, because that would be a very hard thing to pull off. I don't even think I've tried it. I don't think I've even tried to do it. But yeah, great stuff there, John. John Simonson, for the first time, I think, showing up here with this great Minotaur shot. He explained to me, he sent this to me asking permission to post this because he wasn't sure if it qualified under the licensed figures only thing. But yeah, with this, as I understand it, this company has created its own series of figures of mythological figures. So that's fair game. That's their own license, they can do that. Laura Quiles with this great dance shot of these great dance poses of Bespin, Leia, and Lando Calrissian. And I especially love what she did with Leia's outfit there, curling it around. Looks really cool. Good job, Laura. And also, Laura Quiles up for a second time with this awesome... You can't see much of the poses, but what we can see in the photos genuinely works. Luke definitely looks concerned, and as concerned as he can be with that flat, neutral expression on his face. But this guy in mid-pump, getting ready to thrust that gaffy stick above his head, that works really, really well. In fact, I think it works better than actually having it held all the way overhead, because it does imply action and motion. And I dig it. Luis Antonio Vega's first entry into today, and there are 3, spoiler alert from him, is this great shot of, one assumes it's Conan going up against some sort of a dragon dude. And I don't know how he's supporting it. He actually did post a couple behind the scenes photos along with it, so I probably should have brought those up too, but I did not. But this works. This is really great stuff. Great pose and great composition. 10 out of 10. Love this of The Last Ronin, and I think that's Raphael, right? Who's The Last Ronin? I can't remember. I've never... Me following the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ended in like the early 90s. I was a fan of the original comic book back in the day. But I didn't... After the first movie, I just kind of lost interest. Or I got distracted. This is good. Also by Luis Antonio Vega. Yeah, I just love the use of the clawed hands here to like doing that block. Very, very cool. Yeah, good stuff. And the third, wait, is that it? Yeah, that's all 3 from Luis. Matthew Weekly is up with this great shot of the Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. It looks like you tried to do some effects. Some lightsaber effects on that one. But maybe not. Maybe that's just the... yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know if you did. But yeah, that's... The feet on this are a challenge because they're not... As I recall, they're not terribly flexible. Or maybe I'm thinking about an earlier incarnation. So you did well to hide the boots with the cloak there. And it just works really, really well. Michael Berube, always a good one to watch. Yeah, great shot of this Apocalypse figure. Just love everything from that nice little curve that C curve that he's got going on there. The position of the arms is solid. Nothing is hidden from view. Love seeing that. Looks like a Sentinel down there, but it would have to be a really small Sentinel. Oh, unless he's supposed to be in the background. That would work too. Never mind. Michael Madison. This was the first one that I chose. Not necessarily because of the group pose, because I can't see much of the group pose, but I just love that he was able to get Rocket to hang out up there. And I'm guessing that Rocket's probably standing on the waist clamp, that's a great trick. That actually works. It's not cheating at all. There we go, Mike. You're up. Some G.I. Joe stuff there. I can't remember the name of the characters, but it works because it's supposed to be underwater, right? I mean, yeah. There's not a bad angle on this. Good stuff. Good stuff, Mike. Mind's Eye, bring it with just this totally laid-back, casual pose of Deadpool with a lot of attitude. I won't say that I was affected by this at all because of the fact that I was just working with Deadpool the day before. Omi Aguinaldo. I hope I got that right. I think I might have misspelled something there. But yeah, you can always expect some good material, good anime style material to come from Omi. Yeah, good stuff there. Nice looking pose. Yeah, I can actually see that jumping off of a screen of an anime. And last but never least is 6-scale posers Anthony with this amazing blue and red Spider-Man suit. Original or final, I can't remember the name. All these Spider-Man figures are starting to blend together, but everything about this is on point, from the composition to just the pose itself. In fact, I don't think I've done anything better than this. Anthony's always on point. I haven't seen him here in a long time, and I hope he's doing okay. I think he's moving into a new house, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, enough of that. Moving right along. I am always, definitely getting Echo and 5s. I want to say that I've already ordered them. Yes, I have. Okay. There was something. Oh. What's his name? It's that song again. I'm just going to let it play. It was Kit Fisto. I forgot to order Kit Fisto, and I sent a message to my person at Sideshow, and she was like, I wondered why you hadn't ordered this yet. If that tells you anything. Oh, definitely need to save for it. Has Hard Case gone up for order? I don't think it has it? But I will. Definitely. Thank you, Ahmed. Oh fuck! I didn't take the comment down. Yeah, keep in mind, people, when I'm not looking at the screen when I'm showcasing for 3 strikes. So yeah, sorry for that. I'll remember to take it down. I hope for the posing segment, which must begin presently. Don't you mean Mary Poppins? I want to see that Conan figure hosting a late night show. Yeah. Right? That's exactly how I feel. Notice how Centauri message while he isn't streaming to pull this song from rotation. That might be helpful if I could remember what the name of the song was. Hang on, let me just go ahead and scroll down. It's called... Hang on. That's it. It's called Rain in New York, and just like that, it's gone. Never again will that song be heard. I keep forgetting I have these Swiss cake rolls here. Awesome. That Ahsoka the White figure is cool. Huh. Just found this awesome Willie Mays baseball card. Sitting on my desk. Being used as a coaster. Because it's been chewed up by mice and that's legitimately all that it's worth. What else is here? Oh, Teddy Williams. Just casually... Teddy Williams baseball card just casually thrown onto my desk with all the other chaff. All right. My nutsack is on the floor, and it's inhibiting the movement of the tripod. So. I gotta move my nutsack. Uh-oh. I got caught on the tripod. This is my nutsack. Long-time viewers of the channel understand. Anyway, I'm gonna move over here. Alright. Time for posing. I should get a segment going for, right? Yeah, I keep that's actually where my head goes. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Oh, you are here. I wondered. I mean, I thought I knew you were here, but I thought you would be gone already. All right, so here we go. Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars. Yeah, finally came out, and everything's just kind of... There we go. Yeah, these legs need to be fully... That's relatively flat, right? Slide that over a little bit further here. All right, cool. So the box pretty much says it all. It's going to be Obi-Wan with his Clone Wars armor. We've got the Clone Trooper helmet, again, too small. So small. And, yeah. That's it. Banded in blue and gold, the traditional tones of Clone Wars figures from Hot Toys. Love the way that they do that. Keep it in the family. No comments out of you, Better Troll. And this being the first hint, I believe, that we had that there was going to be a General Grievous 6-scale figure from Hot Toys. Yeah. Thanks for that tease there. Oh, there it is. Hold on a second really quick. Gina B Collecting is so rarely here that I have to bring up every one of her comments. I'm super excited for that new Darth Maul. Had to order the deluxe with the speeder. Yeah, I really want to order it too, but I've got the original, and it's the value of that is just going to tank now, I'm sure. Plus, I think I got that one from Sideshow, so I legitimately can't buy... I can't sell it. So I'm stuck with it. I'm not going to have two of those. That's a lot of nuts. I think if we leave a comment up, we should all hit the like button. Anyway, alright, that's fair. That's fair. So here we go. Figure with all the plastic removed. I'm just throwing stuff everywhere. Let's get rid of this tray. Let's get rid of this. Ooh, it actually went where I wanted it to. Alright. Uh-oh, something's missing. Oh, there it is. It fell. Okay, there it is. That's the figure in the box. There goes the lightsaber blade. First thing to fall. I keep hearing what I think are things falling, but I think it's just my stool causing the floor to creak. Yeah, so that's everything as it is in the box. You can see the lightsabers up there at the top. There's one powered and one unpowered. You got a motion blade and a static blade. You've got a various hands. You've got a hologram of emitter with a holo of Anakin and the helmet. And everything else is, there's an eye moving tool. Looks like his eyes already posed looking off to the left, which, I don't know, should I do the classic Kenobi battle challenge pose? Let's go ahead and have the comments flow in. Where should I go with this pose? Because I'm curious. Well, this might be a situation where I need to let the poses of the other two figures inform the pose of this figure. And I'm just trying to think. Yeah, that could work. Although the issue with... Oh, no, this would work fine. I think the real question should be to cloak or not to cloak. And I'm thinking no. The cloak look is a very specific look to the Tartakovsky Clone Wars, which is a very, very cool series. It's beautiful to look at, fun to watch, and it got the ball rolling. Clone Wars would probably not exist. The 3D Clone Wars would probably not exist were it not for Tartakovsky doing what he did. And I welcome it. I thank him for it. I'm currently in the midst of watching Primal, but it's a slow burn for me. I'm just doing it bit by bit. There are so many other things to watch, it's hard to stay focused. I knew that was going to happen. these things, right? All right. So let's get you on there. Straighten out that tabard. Oh God, it looks so good, dudes. Seriously. Let's get some close-ups of him really quick here. Little side-eye action going on there. I'm getting better with the eyeball posing. I'm starting to understand it a little bit, and maybe I should do a little bit of a tutorial on it. Raise your hands, let me know in the comments if you struggle with the posing of the eyes. Because I did it first. It was really, really challenging for me. I'm old school. I remember when... Oh yeah, should I do the... Hang on, I'm checking right now to see if the... God, it would be such a chore to plug in the power. Plug in the cord, like, because you have to, in order to do it effectively, if you run the cabled lightsaber, you have to run it through the armor. So you have to take all the armor off and take everything off and just run it up through there, so that it just comes out the top and down the back, and then you plug the power pack into the back here. Where's the power pack? We got a power. Would you stop? Go to your home. Stay. Raise your hand if you talk to your figures like that. There's some weird sounds going on beneath my stool. Okay, so you've got this. This figure is one of those that's fortunate enough to be powered by USB. There's a USB battery, a USB box that gets hooked up either to the back of the stand or to the back of Obi-Wan's belt through one of two little brackets there. And then you plug the little cable from the lightsaber into the top, and then you plug a USB-C cable into the bottom into your power source du jour. Du jour does not mean of choice, Terry. The power source of choice. What is wrong with me? Is it these Swiss cake rolls? I bet it is. Anyway, you plug that in and flick a switch, and you're good to go. So I'm just sitting here trying to decide if I want to go through all that here on the show, and I'm thinking that I don't. I'm already behind schedule. Comments really quick. I want to try to keep up with the comments. Always count on you, Christopher. Good one. Yeah, I was having a real problem with a couple of the figures in the past month. And I can't remember which... Was it She-Hulk? And there was another figure that... and I won't say which one, mostly because I can't recall. But one of the figures... I wasn't able to pose the eyes at all because the adapter for the neck joint popped off the ball joint every time I tried to remove the head. I couldn't get it out. It just stuck in there, and I probably just got a bad one. But yeah. Oh, look who decided to show up. Hey, Commander Green. Glad you can make time out of your busy Saturday morning schedule to come join the show. Hey, Harold. Good to see you, dude. Who is Wayne Timothy? Is this a new person in the chats? Welcome aboard, sir. If so, my Obi-Wan arrives this Tuesday, and I can't wait to get my hands on him. Dude, it's great. I love this figure so much. Hope they do a new Anakin Revenge of the Sith. I think it's just a... Well, I don't know. They just did that artisan version, so will they do another one anytime soon? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, it's good. It's coming, everybody. They'll be shipping soon. Keep in mind that sometimes Sideshow gets these things in batches from Hot Toys. So, like, they'll get, I don't know, 500 of them. And I'm not sure what the system is for deciding who gets what first. But yeah. Apparently, oh, somebody has one. NECA's releasing a Pee Wee Herman? Alright, well, good for the Pee Wee Herman fans. I mean, I like Pee Wee Herman. Anyway, I'm getting back to the... I'm just going all in. Yeah, screw it. I'm going all in. Okay. Which means This has to come off first. I'm thinking maybe for future shows, for posing segments, I'm currently using a 35 millimeter fixed focal length lens, prime lens. And because it's because it looks better out here. This whole area out here, the outer edges, it just looks better than the zoom lens, the 24-70 zoom lens that I have when it's set at 35 millimeter. But the nice thing about the zoom lens is that I would be able to zoom in on just this area right here if I had that out, and that might be better for the posing segments. So I'm gonna think about that for next time. Okay, so I don't like having the battery boxes hanging on the belt. Not a fan at all. So I'm going to opt to do, here's the clamp. Let's go ahead. We've got the box and we've got the clamp. There's a little area there in the back, you can see there, that this just slides into and locks into place. Obviously, I'm showing this to people who've never done this before and who may be thinking about getting this figure. So that locks into place, and then what you do then is you bring it over and lock it onto the skinny portion of the stand, like so. Right there. Got it? And then, God, do I have any USB-C cables here that are already plugged in? Yes, I do. Awesome. Might be a challenge because it's pretty short, but we'll see. So, now that I've done that, it's time to take this figure apart. I don't even know. Will this... Yeah. I think that this will work. So we got to run it up here first. No. Got to think backwards. This has to go up here first through the forearm armor. Then we got to bring in this armor. Kind of let it hang down. Wait, did I just do that backwards? No. Yeah. Did. There we go. So when you're running this figure, this wire through this bit of armor, you want to start with the, you want to lead the wire into the area where there's a gap there to make sure that it's facing the proper direction when you actually put it in. So run that through. Get that up the arm. And then make sure that the wire is hiding out here at the back before you add this one to it. Okay, so definitely going to want to pull more of that up. See how I'm doing that? See how that's going? It's kind of leading up there. Okay, let's get the saber wielding hand into place. Now, one thing I was worried about was with that. These things are so tight. These armor components are so tight that I was concerned that they may not slide all the way up to enough to allow for the hand to go on all the way and still have room to manipulate the lightsaber. Alright, that's cool. The thing about these groin grabber supports is sometimes they get... What's this? Oh man, Bitter Troll, you sweetheart! That's pretty cool. Gifted 5 memberships. That's fun. So run, don't walk. If you want a membership to the channel, you've got one. I'm not sure how that goes. How does that work? Is that like a month-long membership? I'm not doing a lot with member exclusive content. I really should change that if I intend to keep doing this as a hobby. And by this, I do mean the YouTube channel. And I've got a phrase for those of you who are new. I haven't used it in a long time, but I've got a phrase that I like to use. Kicks, not clicks. For this channel, I try not to gravitate towards the usual fare that most YouTubers will practice. I don't go for content that's clickbait, for instance. I'm not into that. I don't care. how much or how little money I make off of the channel. It's if I make money off the channel, then that's great, but I don't consider it a priority. Let's see, got that wire on there now. I wound up having to put the saber hilt into the hand before I put the hand onto the arm. There we go. Now I can tell already that this is going to become an issue. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run this. Okay, I'm going to take this off just so I can show you guys what's happening here. Everything's getting stuck. There we go. All right, so having run this up these two armor portions, it's coming out the back here, but then it's kind of hanging down in a way that I just don't find attractive. So what I'm going to do is run it up this pauldron and over the top of this pauldron, and then back down, kind of hide it a little bit behind the costume. And you know what you could do if I had time, you know what, screw it. Belt comes off. Cummerbund comes off. Does it come off all the way? It doesn't need to. Okay, so once you have that off, then you can just run this. Just trying to figure out how that fits. You can just kind of run this cable underneath his tabards. Right? I want to say I did this before and I wound up having to take the whole damn thing off, but I'm going to see if I can't do this without taking, because I think if I slide my fingers up his skirt, then I can grasp it and pull it down. Boom, just like that. And now it is completely concealed. That is ideal. All right, get that cummerbund back onto him, making sure to hide all that Velcro at the back there, just so that it's appealing. Belt. This is taking far less time than I thought it would. Right now, somebody out there was watching. He thought it was, and thinking he thought it was going to take more time than this. Okay. Again, hide all that Velcro when you put the belt back on. Adjust that belt so that it's centered both vertically and horizontally. And boom, done and doner. And the cable is completely concealed from the front. I need a different hand. This one. Because we are going to do the classic, now classic. It was a newfangled Obi-Wan pose back in the day, but now it's definitely considered the classic Obi-Wan Kenobi come hither pose. Bring it pose. Oh my god, okay. I've got a loose wrist peg, making it difficult for the, there we go. Now it accepted it. Oh. Okay. He steps back when he goes into this position, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have this leg come up. Man, check that out. There's no armor underneath the tabards. It's kind of cool. He's just got that awesome bodysuit. Okay, so he's gonna be going back on this leg. Let's bring that around. Flatten that foot. Let's get this one out to the side. So this is going to be like a modified version of this. And he brings that up, just like that. Ah, hand came off. Oh, that's going to be a problem. There we go, maybe not. Trying to get that arm up, because the more you can get that armor up, the more you can bring up that other arm. And that's going to be the real challenge with doing this pose properly. Because I don't want him to do this. Because I don't think that's right. I want to say that he's... Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Oh, the struggle is really all. I did this before, so I know it can be done. Oh shit. God damn it. Alright. Let's see. Let's just bring it up this way to the front, because I know it goes higher to the front. Ooh. Damn. How did I do this before? I did it for the first look. Got a rare mention from Anthony at 6 Scale Posers over it. So how did I do it? Because that armor's not going to go down anymore. That's as low as it's going to get. Bingo. It's going to be very, very delicate. I don't know if you can see here, but you can see that the shoulder armor, I'm sorry, the forearm armor is pressed all the way up against. It's missing the, it's not colliding with the upper arm armor. There's a name for it. I can't remember what it is. It's actually just colliding with the arm, but that's as high up as I can get it. So the rest of it, I'm just going to have to cheat. That hand is on the peg. It's on the peg, but it's on the peg very, very loosely. Very loosely. And... let's go ahead and bring this arm up. Wouldn't it be something if I was doing this all wrong? Okay. So to cheat this, I'm going to have to bring this hand around and get that on there. And mess with these legs a little bit just to get the balance right. I'm sorry I'm having a hard time providing commentary while I'm making this pose happen, but it is taking a whole lot of my concentration to make it work as much as I want it to work. Okay, that leg thing is, that groin grabber support is all the way down. And it's, so what's happening is it's elevating the figure off of the stand in a way that is not desirable. So I'm gonna have to straighten that leg just a touch, just to give myself more room to play. And move this leg out a little bit more because I think it's colliding with the stand. What is happening here? Now is this a, okay. One trick that I did just now, you can see that this head was kind of up like that, and I'm using both joints on that double jointed neck to just stick his head out like that. Can I get that up a little? Oh, it will go up a little more. That's exciting. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. The eyes are jacked up. So I will get to demonstrate this. Here. See that? There we go. Those eyes aren't right. You can see there his left eye is looking at you, but the right eye is not quite looking at you. Or is it? Yep, needs to be moved. Now the hard time for me is that I have a hard time finding the, yeah, there it is. Ooh. There we go. I'm legit not even using the tool this time. I just have my fingers shoved up his head. I think that's got it better. Yeah, that's good enough. The trick to these is, for me, is always getting the head to go onto the neck post at the proper angle. You can't, and there's a very significant pop that occurs when that happens, when you nail that. And I just got it right. Still not perfect, but from a distance it works just fine. I'm gonna stick that head out, kind of give him a little bit more of a. Yeah. Okay, what's happening here? All right. Stand him up a little bit. I'm just trying to find the perfect balance for him on this desk, on this table. And I think that this table is actually a bit wonky, so that probably is not helping. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's just plug this guy in. And hopefully I've got enough length on this little tiny cord. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I do have a 10-footer back in the studio, so if this won't reach, then I'll have to go back there and find. Yeah, that's going to be pretty freaking close. Yeah, this is only, I think, a 3-footer USB cable. Plug that in. I hope this works. Bingo. And General Kenobi! Here we go. Oh, I dig it. Yeah, Terry's happy. All right. What do you guys think? This is... The eyes are everything. The posable eyes are everything with being able to hit this pose with Obi-Wan. Because... Otherwise, because he has that arm straight out to the side. And it only works if... It only works if you don't have the posable eyes. You legitimately have to have him looking straight down those fingers. So you have to turn his head to an unnatural degree. Now, here's something else. This isn't screen accurate to Revenge of the Sith. In Revenge of the Sith, he like throws his body way the hell back and like throws his neck back. So if you really want it to be totally screen accurate, you're gonna want to like get that head all the way back like this and tilt it. And that's probably more accurate to the way that he does it. Also, I'm no longer confident in the position of this, but yeah, very civilized. Per Google, yes. Okay, cool. You mentioned the armor is tight. How difficult is it to adjust the cable if you give the hand too much slack? If you give the hand too much slack? Oh, well then you just have to move it a little bit. I mean, just yank the armor down just enough and then you'll be able to move it. There's no trouble to that. It's not a big deal. There was a time in my life where I would have considered that to be too much of an issue, but I'm past that time in my life. I don't even care now. Look, I can see that I've got the cable exposed here, so I'm gonna just kind of wiggle that around and try to hide it a little bit better. Oh, there's another thing is that the cable, if you're not careful, that cable will actually cause that that tabard to elevate in a way that's not appealing. So I'm just gonna look at this a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. trying to make it so that it looks good from all angles. Like this looks like it's actually bearing weight. That's important. Yeah, that works. But the question is, does it work with other figures? Let's get this comment out of the way and find out. I'm gonna have to get up for this. Wearing a Marvel shirt during a Star Wars show. Y'all know that I don't care about that. Okay. This is not going to fit in a Detolf. Sadly, I do not have the power cord on the Mace Windu figure. That's too bad. It really is too bad. But, yeah, oh well. And to round off the trio, the trifecta, I've got Commander Cody. And friend. There. Jeez, I cracked myself up. All right. That's exciting. What time is it? Yeah, I'm not going to do more than one. I know that it's only been an hour and a half for you guys, but it's been 2 hours for me. But is it focusing on... Let me just bring my head in here a little bit so that we'll actually focus on Obi-Wan and not on the guys in the back. That proximity of that microphone is probably making my voice boom a lot. More than usual. More comments. No. No. Yes and no. It's as bright as the button cells are when you first ignite them, but those button cells are notorious for losing power rather quickly. I mean, really quickly. Yeah, like so quickly. So yeah, the button cells, they'll lose power within minutes. They'll start to diminish, like almost immediately. And they'll be dry within the hour. They take almost no time to go dry. So what you get is a brightness that's the equivalent of button cells at peak performance. And right here in the lighting in this room, it looks really, really good. And the lights on this are pretty bright. That kick light is probably about 25% of. Let me see. Hold on. I'll tell you. Okay, that kick light's legit at 45% power on a 60 watt light. And you can kind of see the brightness on the highlight on my head. And I think that I can't remember what the camera settings are at, but I want to say that I'm currently at like f5, 5.6, somewhere in there, with 1/60th of a second on the shutter speed, and can't remember the ISO. Let's see. Okay. 1/60th of a second, f5, and 800 ISO. And that's the brightness level that you're getting. So that's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. And that's pretty freaking bright. That's not what it looks like with the naked eye. It's a bit brighter than it looks with the naked eye. But the illumination with the naked eye in the room that right now is just great. I mean, it's not... Oh, I can't remember what that type of light is that that guy from the Philippines uses when he does his custom lightsaber things, but it's not that bright. But it's not going to be, but I'm fine with it. I think the argument over it is trivial and it's subjective. I mean, if it's not bright enough for you, then there are things you can do to fix it. But it's not that important to me to have it look like it's a genuine lightsaber. It's a freaking toy, for Christ's sake. And that's all that it ever needs to be for me. Just saw a discussion thread with people complaining that parents had the audacity to bring children to Deadpool and Wolverine, going so far as to call them bad parents. Why do people think movie ratings are laws? I'm not sure what the question has to do with the comment. But, you know, when I was a kid growing up, my parents weren't evangelicals, but their friends were, so our house was evangelical adjacent. So a lot of shows I didn't get to watch, like a lot of films I didn't get to see. A lot of bands I didn't get to listen to. It took a long time, and I think the first one that I was ever able to convince my parents to turn on band-wise was Twisted Sister, of all bands. And then from there it became like, I don't know, Judas Priest might have been next, not sure. Probably helped my dad was bedridden by that point, so he couldn't really do anything about it. But mom was much more of a free spirit. But the point that I'm trying to make, I think, is that but at the time when I was growing up, I was also able to skip out of the house and have sleepovers at friends' houses, and that's how I got to see shit like Conan. I can't remember what else, but my friend John, my friend Brian, their parents were much more liberal-minded about that kind of thing, and they let us watch a bit more stuff than my parents did. Of course, my parents never knew that I was watching this stuff, but yeah. So there's a sliding scale of parenting, and I don't know what to say about that. I have thoughts, but I'm not ready to talk about them yet. There were some things that were mentioned in Deadpool that I was just like, probably kids being as informational sponges that they are, and as what's the word I'm looking for here? Impressionable as they can be, may not be ready for that. So I don't know. I think that again, I think that movie ratings are there for a reason, and I think that parents should probably seriously consider the movie rating before they take their kids there. But again, raise your kids the way you like. Raise your parents the way that you like. That too is also important. I raised my parents very well. Yeah, there. I think that's what I just said, right? Yeah, you're right about that. All right, guys. Yeah, see? Yeah. The thing of it is that there's, I don't know. I've seen the effects of what can happen to somebody when they're exposed to, say, pornography at too young of an age. I've seen it in my family. And it's damaging to some people. Some kids can handle it, other kids can't. And it's hard to judge hard to determine beforehand how that's going to go. And there's a lot of stuff in Deadpool and Wolverine that is explicit material. And if it gets into the head of the wrong kid, they can go down a pretty dark path. I don't want to get too much into it, but I will say this: consider carefully what you take your kids to see and what you expose your kids to, because the human brain doesn't form completely until the age of 25. We know that, and you have to just kind of take baby steps when you're introducing your kids to shit like this. There you go, 15. Yeah, there you go. That's delightfully inappropriate. Thank you for that. I needed that laugh. Temple of Doom was rated PG and SGN X was turned out just fine. Wasn't that PG-13? I thought that was PG-13. Maybe I'm wrong. And I was... What was that one? 83, 84? I was close. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's all the time that I've got for today, other than to say that The detail on this dog pool is so great. Oh God, I'm gonna get into trouble for this, but even the delightful anus on the dog is just so, oh God, they really went all in. Oh my God, it's a very anatomically correct puppy. Think twice before you let your kids watch this show. I haven't seen Deadpool yet, but children can successfully engage with all art. It's up to the parents to make sure they understand the context of the art. That is true. That is accurate. Which sometimes means seeing first without kids. It's all, I mean, I guess it's all subjective to the kid, right? Again, some kids are going to be able to handle it better than others. I mean, age is definitely a number. Maturity is much more of a gray area. Yeah. There you go. Gina's got it. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Anyway, that's enough, guys. I gotta go. I've got to mow before the rain comes. So y'all have a great weekend and enjoy the week that follows. And hopefully I'll see you here next week when I will hopefully have another figure to show off. Pose up. If not, I'll just repost something. Maybe I'll repost Cody. Gotta find his helmet. I don't know where it is. Very bothered by that. Very bothered by that. Anyway, take care, everyone. Until next time, be good to your plastic. I'll just cut right to it. Peace out.